So I want to talk about entrepreneurial success for today and address it to absolutely anyone who intends on getting ahead, whether you're an employee right now and you're seeking to be promoted, or perhaps you are already promoted. Maybe you just got promoted into a leadership role and you're nervous, understandably, or perhaps you're a solopreneur, so really operating on your own can be very hard. Or maybe you're working as part of a team, whether it's in an organization or in your own business. And I want to talk about resilience, personal resilience for professional success, and talk about the parts of your mind that are working against one another until you decide to look closer at that, because you're wanting to become more resilient, or you're wanting to be able to have the energy to keep going even though you haven't made the financial or the structural progress that you intended on just yet. And I want to explain that if you don't know me already, I work with a method called neurobiology reprogramming. It's actually easier done than said, I always say, but it's basically about understanding parts of the mind and allowing for them to be reconnected, so you're becoming biocongruent with your own intentions and your own willpower. So here is what's going on for most people's minds. Inside most people's minds is that the conscious mind, of course, is full of desire, goals, wishes, plans, vision. And this conscious mind functions, even if you practice mindfulness, which is part of the method I teach, but even if you practice mindfulness in action and you're as aware as you can be, this conscious mind processes 14 bits of information per second. Okay, that's just a fact of neuroscience. And in the same second, the subconscious mind, which is actually called quite rightly the biological computer that's within each of us, processes 20 million bits of information in the same second. And so, of course, a lot of these processes are tied up to your own neurobiology functioning, which is to say your heart beating and your food being digested, your blood being filtered, etc. Now, in the subconscious mind are also all the habits that we do today automatically, but the same habits we had to learn. So, for example, driving a car, or when you learn how to drive the car, there was a lot of things to remember, it seemed at first, but soon enough you knew how to drive the car, and now you drive home and you think about anything else but driving the car in sequence, putting the key in the ignition, looking in the mirror, going into first gear, etc. It's done automatically. So who is doing the driving? Well, it's really that subconscious mind of ours. And the same goes for anything we know how to do, like count or speak another language, or do whatever skills we do. And I always talk about your own internal wiring. And what I mean by that is the internal wiring is really our own inner functioning between our mind, our belief, our values, our standards, and what actions we take. And what happens for a lot of us is we believe that these conscious ideas or desires or goals or visions make up most of our ability, and therefore we lean on this at the expense of taking care of the subconscious. And I would say I use the Pareto principle. It's not a rule, but it illustrates the point, which is to say that actually that same conscious mind, this amazing intellect that you have and that you use every day, of course, and the particular skills to which your industry pertains only adds up to about 20% of what you really, really need to be able to get the success you want to enjoy. This is because the 80%, which is the rest of you or me, lies in the subconscious. And in that subconscious, as well as all the habits that we have, the physiological processes and all the good things that we know how to do, as I said, driving, counting, or speaking another language, what's also held in the subconscious are all the beliefs. And because it's subconscious, it's below conscious level, so often we're not aware of them, sorry. But what we do have is we have repeating challenges that seem to be the same. And I'm talking about entrepreneurial success, but we really could talk about anything else in your personal life as well. And you can think of a few things, I'm sure, as I'm talking. So the reason why we keep on having the same results, no matter how hard we try, even if you have an MBA in business and you still are looking to make that business an absolute success, there's going to be something in subconscious that keeps replaying the same reality. So it's about being able to clear what is in the subconscious that's holding us up. After that, anything that you consciously intend on definitely happens much easier, much faster, guaranteed much faster, and with much more ease than the kind of hardship, the stress attached to it, the disappointment when one more time it doesn't pan out the way you intended it to pan out, or one more business failure. Of course, you could say that brings you a step closer to success, and you're right. But I mean, how many more years, how many more months, how many more weeks are you willing to wait? Or what if there was a way of clearing that which is in subconscious that you forgot about, that's holding up on your success? This is what I'm talking about. And the method I share is neurobiology reprogramming. And if you want to find out some more, you can sign up at the website to be notified of free webinars when they happen. And once a year, I have an online course where I teach this whole method. So you'd be able to join wherever you are. So thank you for listening today, and I hope at least if if you know that some things haven't worked out and you had no idea why, leaving this short conversation, number one, you know that it's actually not your fault. It's an idea or a value or a belief you absorbed from someone else that's replaying in your subconscious. And you know what? Sometimes we absorb beliefs from our own families, from the way we were raised, from the school we went through. And, it can be very, very difficult to even see where they came from. We don't really care where they came from. What we care to do is to be able to delete them, to literally close the gap between where you are today and where you want to be. So I encourage you to sign up for the newsletter. And if you want to get into a call with me, Dr. Dugast, and start working on clearing the way for things to happen easier and faster, go ahead and give me a call. It's free on the website. You can look for the button that says book a free call. And I absolutely look forward to talking with you. Thank you. Have a great day.